and share the screen. Right, so after the activity, what we are going to learn today is how we are going to do the relative and absolute cell references in the Excel sheet. So this is, bye-bye. Okay. Right. So now when it comes to the the relative and the absolute cell references, this is regarding how we are going to write the formula, which we already know, and how we are going to copy that formula, and in which nature this formula will get copied, right? So the last time, as I remember, we did something about the relative references. So that's how you have done this, the exercise, right? So you know what is happening when the things are being copied and pasted. So it will copy it relatively, right? So if we really need to put things in the absolute manner, so we have to go with the absolute cell references. So let's see how we are going to absolute the things, right? All right, I'm going to take a blank Excel and let me have it magnified so you can see it clearly. All right, so now first I'll show you what absolute cell reference means, right? So here I'm going to write a formula like equal F2, right? So if I press 10, I'm going to have F2 there. So when I'm copying this using the fill handle, right? So this is not going to refer because it says equal G2 in my formula bar, and this is going to say equal H2, right? And if I show you the formulas, it has copied relatively, right? So the value in F2 is only shown in this particular cell. Once it copied, it is copied in the relative manner. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to say equal, and I'm going to use the dollar sign with F and dollar sign with 2. So what I have done was I have put a dollar sign at the left of my each component of the cell address. So cell address contains 2 components, which is the column header and the row header. So for each and every component is going to have a dollar sign at the left side of it, right? So we use the dollar sign to absolute the cells. See what's happened when I'm copying this thing. So I select it and I'm taking the fill handle, and here I am copying that. So what has happened is my formula has not changed relatively. So it was $F $2 at the A2. Once I copied it to the B2, it's the same $F $2. And when it comes to the C2, it's the same $F $2. So if you like get rid of this show formula thing, so you can see 10 in each and every cell that I have copied the formula. right? So what you can have as the idea is if you need to absolute a cell, or like if you in simple words, if you do not need to copy the cell reference relatively, what you have to do is put the dollar mark at the left hand side of each and every component. So the row header will not get changed and the column header won't get changed again. Right, people, is it clear? Right. Okay, how about others? Yes, Ovin, doesn't matter. I'm recording it, so I'll let it on the elements, right? So you can, or I can send you the link to access the video. Right. So, okay. So here, what we are doing is we use the dollar sign to absolute the things. Now let's see how the dollar sign affects on the formulas, right? So what you have to remember, basically, you should have the dollar sign at the left of the each component to make the absolute reference effect on the cell address totally. And we can effect, or like we can give the absolute cell reference to a part of the cell address as well, right? So for that, what we are going to do is I'm going to write two formulas which says dollar equal dollar F2, and in here I'm going to write equal F $2, right? So in this formula you can find the dollar mark at the left side of the letter. So letter belongs to the column, so this is called the column absolute cell reference, right? So column is absolute, so column is not going to change. So if I'm going to copy this along the row using the fill handle, so it's going to print like that. And here you can see the 2 is not being changed. Dollar $F is not going to change anyway, but why 2 has not been changed? What is the reason? I haven't absolute the 2. Yes, suggestions, people? Why 2 was not changed? Yes, everyone? Yes, I have dragged to the left. That is correct, Saren. So why it was not changed while I'm dragged to the left? So like instead of I drag it to the right, whether it's going to change? Yes, people. So how the relative reference is going to come? What happens when we copy the things along the row to the left and the right? What is the component that's going to change? Is it the cell reference or the right, the column reference? Okay, Saran, I think you are having the idea, but you are saying it in the wrong way. Yeah. That's correct, Saran. It's only the column reference is going to change when we are copying to the left and to the right along a row, right? So it's only the column which is going to change. Also, here I have absolute the column, so it's not going to change. Now I'm going to copy this particular thing, which is in the B3 downwards B7. Okay, so it becomes $F3, $F4, F5, F6. So the reason is when we are copying the things downwards to a column, your row headers is going to change relatively if it is not being absolute.
If 2 is absolute, it won't change, right?
Yeah, if you make it absolute, it won't change. So if I take this particular $F2 and if I drag that downwards, see the difference. So see the difference of these two columns. So the first column is not being changed. Why? Because 2 is being absolute, right? And so the 2 is not changed, and to the in the column B, F2 become F3, F3 become F4, F5, F6, because it's only the column side has been absoluted. People, did you got this? Do you need me to repeat it again? Or like, do you need me to repeat? Right, okay. How about others? All right, thank you, Anetra. Yes, people? Others, how about it? We are having 7 in the room. All right, okay. All right. Right, Sinura, how about it? Right, okay. All right, so now you know there are 3 ways of applying the absolute cell reference. You can have the total absolute cell reference, which means you are going to absolute the column part as well as the row part by having the dollar sign at your left. And people remember, when you are putting the dollar sign, it's always to your left, right? So to absolute the column, you have to put a dollar sign at your left. To absolute the row, you have to put a dollar sign at the left of your row. So which is in between the column header and the row header, right? So always remember the dollar sign at the left of each component is going to absolute it separately. So for total absolute, we need the $2 signs. To absolute the column or the header, we need separate dollar signs accordingly, right? So here what you can see is the column absolution, and here what you can see is the row absolution, right? So it will be on this manner when you are absoluting the cells in the Excel regarding the column and the rows. All right, so let's move to the practical part. So what we are having here, so in the very first example, they are just giving you the idea. In the second example, let's say, so it says there are pencils, number of pencils, and price of the pencil is there. And if you need to take the amount, you are going to have, or you need to multiply each and every amount of the pencils from its price. So then you are going to have what is the total cost is, right? So let me take this. So I'm going to get rid of this thing. So here I'm going to say number of pencils. Right, then I'm going to say price of a pencil, and I'm going to say cost for pencils. Right. So here I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And price of a pencil, I'm going to make it as 10. And here we go. So cost for pencils, how we are going to calculate it. So for the first row, I'm going to say equals, yeah, people help me out what it should be. Yes, yeah, grade 7 should be $2. And why that 7 has absolute the row reference? Because it's the row which is going to change when we are copying the things downward. So it should be what you have to multiply the number of pencils which is in the A1. So I'm going to say, it's not the A1, sorry, it's A2. And multiply it with B. If we just say B2, aren't we getting the answer? We are. But when we are copying this downwards, we are going to have zeros because it is being changed relatively. So what we have to do is inside this, we have to make this B2 unchanged. So what you can do is we are going to copy it downwards. So it's the row number which is going to change. Therefore, we are going to put a $sign at the left of the row number.
So if you want, we can absolute A also, right?
Didn't get you.
So if we want, we can absolute A also, right?
Yeah. But there is no point neither. Like A absolute karano kara kira apita haniyak ne. We are not affected, right? So what we can do is we just write the formula A2 star $2. Then what we can do is just using the fill handle, I'm going to copy it. So it's going to give me 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So if I show the formulas, so here it happens. So A2 into $2. So A2 is changed as 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 has not been changed. B is not going to change anyway since we are copying it over a column. So it is the way how it happens. And people, will the output change if I make this particular dollar, or like if I put $2 and copy? Will it change? Or is it going to give me the same answer? No, it won't. Yes, sir. It won't. Yeah. So it's going to give me the same answer because nothing is going to change if we have a $sign in front of B, like before the B or not, because B is not going to change anyway. So like $2 will give you the same and $2 as well, right? So that is what you call the absolute cell reference. Yeah, and okay, so let's show the output. So it's on that manner. Good. All right, people. Is there any more thing that you need to clear about this regarding this absolute cell reference? Right. So we are at the very end of the absolute cell reference, where we have to move to a place where we can find about the charts and all these things, how we are going to create that. People, just you can clear the things if you want here, right? So yeah, thank you, Minu. So the if you got any problem, just ask me. Even when we are talking through this the chart part of the Excel. So we are moving to the chart part. Okay, so when it comes to the charts inside the spreadsheet, where we can use that is with the insert tab, right? So insert tab in the chart section, there are different kinds of charts. So there are column charts, right? It's better you remember the chart types, and you have sorry, you have line charts, and you have yeah, this is something new on the 2019 version, which is the hierarchy charts, right? And I was just seeking where the bar charts are. Bar charts are missing here. Yeah, so they have yeah, earlier this was called bar chart, but here they are taking it as a column chart as well, right? So yeah, there are different kinds. The waterfall, these are like something very little bit complex to you, so we are going to talk about this particular thing. The line chart, the column chart, bar charts are here. Yeah, so the bar chart, column chart, and the line chart, as well as we are going to talk about this scattered one. Yeah, how we are going to draw a specific diagram regarding these scattered elements and the pie charts. Right. So let's see what's on your book. So as as it illustrates, so the column charts, bar charts. So remember, column charts are the horizontal lines, not the horizontal, vertical lines. The bar chart are the horizontal lines. So the line chart is just the point and the lines, and the pie chart is about a circle and dividing those into the percentage. And scattered chart, so we can compare the data in the pairs, right? In pairs. Okay, I'm quickly going to type this thing, so you have to wait with me. So name, let's say ICT, maths, and science. Oh. All right. Now for names, I'm going to say Saman, Nimal, Sunil, Geeta, Chapa, and let's say Sita. Right. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this as well. Oh, right, and the marks. Yeah, so for ICT, I'm going to have some random marks. Let's say 56, 47, 68, 96, 85, and 34. For maths, it's say 56, 53, 94, 52, 40, and 72. For science, let's say 73, 89, 56, 47, 92, and 55. Okay, so for this particular group, or like for this particular data, we are going to create a chart. So the easiest way is explained in your chart. So what you have to do is you have to first select the cell range. You can go to the insert charts and select the type of chart you need to select. Then it will create the things, or like create the chart, right? Then using the chart layout, you can change the things, right? So you can have something like this. Let's see. So what you are going to do is you are going to select the criteria So I'll show you the things how it happens now. If you select just the numbers and go to the insert and chart, then I'm going to insert a column chart, right? So if I press this, let me zoom out for you. Yeah. So here what you can see is, can you see the names? Can you see the subject titles? You don't, right? So it is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we don't know what are those. And it is just appeared if you just select the data. So instead of that, what you really need to do is, when you are selecting the data, select the relevant headings as well. So like if you need the names and the subject names, you have to select the entire thing. Or if you just need the subject to be get compared, so just select the subjects and you can go to the insert. You can insert uh, the chart. So the legend of the chart will indicate what are represented by these colors. So ICT is for the blue color, maths represent in the orange color, and the science represent in the ash color, right? So then the marks, which is ending up with the 120, if you really need to make it 100, so you can change it to 100 as well. And you can give a chart title right over here. And if you need, you can change the legends as well. Right, so before I move forward to those things, I'm going to select the entire thing. So like entire thing means you can have the subject names at the top and you can have who has scored for that. And here I'm going to insert it. I'm inserting a chart. So now it shows who has scored this much of marks in the examination. So this is much more descriptive, right? And Saman, Nimar, Sunil, Geeta, Chapa, and Sita. These are the people who have done it. And by looking at the chart, we can easily make the decisions. So Sita is having a poor performance, right? And comparatively, and who has the greater performance? It seems to be Sunil. Maybe it's going to be Nimal. Yes, it's going to be Nimal. Yes. So Nimal is having a greater performance, and as well as Chapa, right? So we can have those kind of things. And when we select the chart, you can see the criteria that they have taken. They have automatically omitted this part called name, right? Yeah, I'm getting a chat. Just a second. Just go through that. Yes, Saran. That is what I was talking about. So the A1 cell is not being selected because it automatically detects. Automatically detects means once we are given the criteria, it takes, okay, name is the header of these names. So name is not going to be taken, but only the content of that name. So ICT Math Science is already staying here. Right. So people, is it clear how we are going to insert a chart? Right, okay. Great. Right. Now, if you really need to change the chart type, what you have to do is, once you select the chart, and you can, by this, using the, so once you select the chart, you will be getting two new tabs here, design and the format. When a chart is not here, those are not there. So when you select the chart, you can see the design and the format. It's like inside the design, there is something called change chart type, right? So you can click on that and you can choose a different chart type. Let's say if you need a line one, so you can go with a line chart, right? So it's going to be like this. So ICT indicates by the blue color line, maths is indicated by the orange color line, and the the science is indicated by the gray color line, right? And if you need a bar chart, you can go for a bar chart as well. So this is how the bar charts are coming. So marks are shown in here, and the name of the students are shown in here. Yes. And Minul, this is happening continuously. I'm going to send the message to your parents, right? So some of the parents have already called and told me like you people are not concentrating this very much. So I was thinking about having the physical classes at my place now. So let's see how it's going to be, right? Okay. So if you want to change the color range, you can change your color range from here, right? So you can make your chart much more attractive, right? And you can switch the rows and columns just by clicking this thing, right? So how the ICT and so it's changed the legends. So earlier it was the marks which is scored by each and every student. So once we switch the rows and the columns, you can see the students like what are the marks that the student has scored for each and every subject. So earlier it was the subject mark for each and every student, and once you switch it, the marks which is for each and every subject by students, right? And using this select data, you can change the data that you are going to see inside the table or like inside the chart, or like if you just uncheck the science and press OK, you can't see the science marks now inside it. So likewise, you can select the data and you can modify the column data and the row data, the data on the horizontal axis and the vertical axis as you want. Like if you need to get rid of the Sita's mark, and we can say, okay, so now Sita is missing. So only 5 students are there, right? Okay, so likewise, you can work with the chart types and chart data. And what I need you to take the concentration, I'm going to change this chart type into a pie chart. And let's see what we are going to have. Yes, so now here, when we are having the pie chart for a range, it's not much clear what we can see, right? So once I select that, it shows the total amount of the marks for someone, right? So when I press the other parts, I actually can't see what are there. So this is only given to the someone, right? Not to the entire chart, right? So you can see the heading here. The heading is taken as summon. So it's only the summon's mark which is shown in here. So remember, if you really need to show some series of records, pie chart is not the option. Pie chart is not the option, right? So if you really need to show what is the percentage, or like how the ICT mark is scattered, so it will be a good one, right? So basically the pie chart is there to show things in a percentage manner, right? And you can change the chart type from this gallery as well, right? The appearance, right? And here it shows the percentage, so which is not making any sense, right? So you have to use that accordingly, right, when you are dealing with the pie chart. All right, so people, Did you got this? Right, okay. All right. So now when we are having a column chart or any other chart type, I'm taking the column chart because it's easy for us to discuss through the column chart. Let me say take a 3D one. So I'm taking a 3D one, right? So it will look much more lucrative, or like feel like a 3D one, right? So when we are having something like this, even from these columns, we can't guess what are the values represented by this each and every column. So we can edit these columns, like we can give some taggings to these columns to have much better idea, right? So for that we can use the appearances types, right? So like this, right? As you can see, it shows how many or like how much of a mark uh, that these people are scored for each and every subject. Now in here for each subject, how the Saman, Nimal, Sunil has scored, right? And if you really need to have things on here, you can change things to this particular level, right? And yeah, I need to move to the 2D one again. So I have to change the charge type, I think. Yeah, so I'm taking the 2D one and pressing OK. So it shows like this. And you can, yeah, you can format the things using this plus sign by taking the chart elements, and you can do the styling using chart styles, and you can filter the chart using this filter icon. It's like let's say what we can add. We can add the axis, we can add the axis titles, chart titles, which is already there, data labels, which is already there, data table if you want, so you can show the table and the chart, and error bars. It's like error bars will give you the like take the median and see how much you need to like go through here and there, and the grid line which is there already, and the legend which is there already. Yeah, I'm getting a chat. Yeah. No, Saran, it is not because of there is no space. I have filtered things like by choosing the things. I'll show you where I have changed that. So earlier I was selecting this, and I was just selecting data, what to be shown inside. So I was unticking the Sita's mark. So if I ticked it, so it will appear. So Sita's mark is there, right? Right. Okay, so yeah, so I can change the axis titles by ticking on this as well as a chart title, right? And if we need, we can change the chart title. So like, let's say marks comparison for each subject, right? So that is going to be the chart title, and I can here I can change the axis title. So we can say marks right? So if you really don't need these values at the top of each column, so you can just go there and you can get rid of data labels. So data labels will get disappear, right? And here for the horizontal axis, we have given the axis title as well. So we can say subjects, right? And if you want, we can do all the formatting things. Likewise, we can change the colors, right? We can do the same to the marks, the horizontal axis. Right, so likewise, you can work with the chart and you can change the titles and add and remove the title axis and all these things. So I need to try whether we can get rid of this 120 thing. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I think it is taken by default 220. Let's say format axis. Ah, yes, we can change it as well. So like if you really need to have the marks from 0 to 100, so just select the axis. This is the vertical axis or the y-axis. Right click and you can go for format axis. So there you are given the maximum value 120. So change it to the 100.
Sir, what do you mean by legend?
Legend means like the things which we are going to show with the columns of these from these columns. What are things we are going to represent?
No.
This is what you call the legend. Right, so green indicates summon, limal indicates blue, likewise. So let's fix it to 100. Do we have saving it? No, just enter. So it is changed up to 100. Right, so likewise, you can do many different formattings. And later, you can copy this and paste it to anywhere else you want, like to a Word document or to a presentation software. You can copy paste to anywhere you want when you are done with the chart, right? And when you are copying it, when you are pasting it, you can give the ability to change the things through the Excel, or you can just paste it as a picture, right? There are many different ways. So this is how we are going to work with the charts. So it's easy and simple. So let's see what else in your book that they have discussed. So yeah, so we discussed about how to add chart titles and the axis titles, right? Yeah, and the ranges. Yeah, what is this? Let us display the marks of the student in a pie chart. Yeah. Yeah, here they have said the total marks, right? So for total marks, what they have done is they have selected the range from A1 to A7. It's like A1 to A7 means the names, and the other part that they have choose G1 to G7, which is this. So total and the name is divided into a percentage. So in our example, what we can do is we can have a column called total, and we can have the formula saying sum, some of these things. Then you can use the fill handle and populate it. So later you can do this. You can select it and pressing the control, you can select this as well. Then you can go for the insert tab and you can insert a pie chart. So that particular pie chart will shows what are the percentages of the some animals in Gita, Chapa and Sita has taken, right? And you can change the way of representing from the chart tool by having these percentages in your pie chart and having the legend at your right hand side, right? Okay, so there are many different ways, so I need you to try those and see whether things are getting okay with you. Right, people, is it clear so far? Right, okay. Thank you, Saran. Thank you, everyone. Right, so the charting part is also done, as I remember. Yeah, there is a like what? There is a way of doing this quadratic function chart, right? Prasthara andinna gande. So we can do something like this as well, which is very easy one, right? Which is very easy when we are drawing it, right? To do that, let's go for this. So it says drawing. Actually, this should be like x square, right? Not x2 minus 5x minus 3. So I'm going to have the very particular details in here, right? Let me have a new sheet. So I'm going to have x in here and y is in here. So y is equal to x square five x minus 3. So this is going to be the y. So I'm going to say the numbers for the x, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so to populate the y, what we are going to do is we are going to write the equation. So it's equals x square 2 minus, hold on, I have done the mistake. So x is going to represent by b1. So it's b1 square 2 and minus 5x. That means minus 5 into b2, right, and minus 3. Right, so that is what we are expecting. X squared 2 means b1 squares 2, and minus 5 into x means 5 into b2, which is the same one, and minus 3. There are one or more circular references. Yes. What is circular references? Okay. Not actually. Okay. It's not b2, it's b1. That's my mistake. Right, so it's going to be 21, and I'm going to copy this from here to here. So it goes on this manner, right? Let's see how it's going to happen. So when we are having something like this, what we are going to do is just select the data and go to insert. What is the way they are saying? Yes, in the scatter diagram, we have to take the scatter line. Yes, which is this. So here it shows how the graph is going to generate. Right. So if I make the range a little bit different, so it will be very much it will show much clearer thing. Right. Okay. So this is the graph for the linear equation. So to multiply this, I'm going to increase it 2 more. I doubt whether this is getting correctly. Oh yeah, it's going to. So if I update my graph details, so I'm going to change the date range, not for I2, but for K2. So it becomes K2 and press OK. Yeah, now it goes on this manner. Right, so what we had simply done is we have given some values for the X, and we discuss how Y is going to change according to the X value, right? So with that, we are able to create this particular graph regarding that. Okay, people, is it clear? Can I have the confirmation?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. How about the others? Okay, thank you. Right, all right, people. So
So are we gonna start a new lesson today?
I'm planning to, let's see whether we can done with these things, and I think we are already done. So yeah, what I need you to do is yeah, I want you to answer the things for this as well.
No.
Just now with me, provide answer based on the worksheet below. Name the cell range where 2, 6, 10, 14 are presented. Yeah, what is the cell range? 2, 6, 10, 14 are presented. Yes, you can check me. Yes, Binol, that is correct. B1 colon B4. How about the second one? Saran, which is correct. Binadi, correct. Yes, Sinura, you have raised the hand. Sinura, do you want to talk or like? Right, okay, no problem, no problem. Right, so what is the cell range where 9, 10, 11, 12 is there? 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, Saran, as you said, the second one, correct. A3 colon D3 on Etra, your one is also correct. Minul, your 2 is also correct. And name the cell range where 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it is from B2 to D3, correct, Minul? Yes, sir, and that is correct as well. On Etra, your one is also correct. B2 colon D3. How about the answer for the fourth one? Yes, how is it? Okay, Minol, your one is correct. Write the formula in A5 using only cell addresses to calculate the total of the values from A1 to A4. So equal A1 plus A2. Yes, Saran, your one is also correct. You can use the sum function as well. A1 colon A4. Yes, Onetra, your one is also, Onetra, your brackets are missing there. So you should have the brackets. Like sum open brackets, A1 colon A4 and close the brackets. Otherwise your equation is correct. Binadi, the way you have written is wrong here because you can't say A1 colon A2 colon A3 colon A4 because when you're writing just the formula, just the equation, you should use a what you call the operator, arithmetic operator with your uh, equation. So it should be like equal A, that's right, plus. That's right, Binadi. That's plus must be used in between. When you're having a cell range with the function, you can use the colon.
Sir,
Yes, Minu.
so in the sixth one, sir, what are they asking you to do?
Write how you would copy the formula from E3 to E4. So you have to describe, right? And the fifth one, it says write the formula in A3 using function to calculate the total of the values from A3 to D3. Yeah. Tell me how it should be. Sum A3 colon D3. Yes. Simple as that. Right. Well done. Yeah. How about the others? Sinura and who else is here? Sanduni. Avin is taken again. Yes. Right. Nuhansi is correct. Monitra is correct. Yeah. Sanduni, how about your answer, Uda? And Sinura. Right. Yes. Sanduni and Sinura, is it clear with you people? Or do I need to clarify it again? Ovin, I know you are disconnecting and reconnecting since there is a problem with the connection. Right. Right. Okay. Sinura, yes, your one is correct, Puta. Right. Sanduni, all right. All right. Okay. So in the sixth one, they are just asking, right, how you would copy the formula in E3 to E4. Yes, people, why don't you chat it for me? Type it in the way that you are going to give the answer for that, for the sixth one. It's just simple step that you need to say. Yes. You just can't say, you know, just relative self-reference is not enough. You have to say how you are going to do that.
So that means like how?
Like you have to explain what are the things that you're going to do. Like you have to select the E3 cell using the fill handle. You have to copy the formula in the E3 to E4. Yes. Write it down, people. Like write down means chat me down. I need to see how it's going to be. Yeah, but Onetra, equal dollar E3 is just not enough. You have to say, Puta, you have to explain it. Yes, so you have to say which cell is that you are going to select, Nuhansi. Select the cell E3 and drag the fill handle down. Yes, yes. Saran, make the E3 cell as the active cell and drag down using the fill handle until E4, which is correct. Well done. Yeah, how about the others? Select the cell E3 and drag the fill handle to E4. Yes, correct, Binadi. Yes. How about the others? Minul, Sinura, Sanduni, Onetra. Onetra, did you say it? No, you haven't. Select the cell E3 and drag it to E4. Yes, okay. Yeah, that's correct, Minol. Sinura, Sanduni.
So, but
Yes.
then, like now they are saying how we do copy the formula. So, don't we have to write how we get the formulas?
No, you don't need to. So like we have written the formula in the previous step, neither. In E3, haven't we? Haven't we? Let me check. Let me check. No. So like they haven't said to take anything into E3, right? No, they haven't.
And then they are asking there might be a formula in E3. You
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
copy
So
it to E4.
correct, correct. So we have to like we have to assume it's going to be like that. So the seventh one, it says write the formula in A5 using a function to calculate the average of values A3 to D3. Yeah, on Atra, that's correct. Average A3 colon D3. Yeah, Nuhansi, that's correct as well. Okay. Saran, yes, that's correct. Sinura, how about you? Minul, that is incorrect. There is nothing called AVG and you are missing the equal sign. You should have the entire word average. Otherwise, it's wrong. Binadi, yes, that's correct. Okay, Minul, that's the way. That's the way of you writing it. Right. Yes, Sinora, the function that you have written is incorrect, Puta. Function means the cell reference. We are talking about the seventh question. Okay. All right. So people, Excel is done. So I need you to do the final activity and send me the answers as well. So the people who haven't done the previous activity, send me that as well, right? Only 2 or 3 has sent me the activities. So which you have to, right? So remember the activity
So
number.
do we have to do this activity in now like in the through the chat?
Not now, not now. You can do it at home and send me the output, right? And the activity that I was talking about earlier is the activity right over here in page number, what is the page number? Yeah, 100 and, no, so 217. So activity 207, the page number 217 should be sent to people who haven't sent it to me, right? So and the final activity, which is in page number, yeah, 229. Yeah, so these are the activities that you need to send me, right? So collect those and just send it to me, right? So you can send it to your WhatsApp group, so I can have the collection who have done the activity or not, right? And people, I need to know the status of your schools as well. So like, how about the school, right? Which lesson, Minul, I think your one is like way ahead, right? Because you guys are,
11 programming.
yeah, so you are 11 programming, right? 7, it is the database. So that means all other 7 is over. 7, all other lessons are over now. That means the first 8 lessons are over. Is it so? Okay. On Etra, you are doing PowerPoint. So like until PowerPoint, each and every lesson is over now. Operating systems, Binadi, your one is operating systems, right? Okay, so which we are going to do. And on Etra, the 5th lesson is not done by you. Okay. Nuhansi, you are in the 8th lesson. Like all previous lessons are done, or like you are still due with 5th lesson. Done, right? Okay. How about the others? Sinura, how is your status? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Saran, we'll clear up the things when we are doing here, right?
Sir,
Yes, Minul.
sir, are you gonna keep another like a second term test or something?
Yes, yes, that's why I'm asking.
Okay.
So, okay. So, Sinura, how about yours? So I'm having the status of Anetra, Binadis, Nuhansis, and Seren. How about the other people? Sanduni, what is the lesson in the school do? And Sinura, operating system finished. Okay, so you are due with the 8th and the 9th, I guess. Are you still in the Excel lesson, Sanduni, or just you are due with the PowerPoint? Excel. Okay, okay. Right. So, Onetra. Right, okay. Right, okay. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. So we have done. And Sinura, operating system lesson is finished. So that means, are you due with the Excel or with the PowerPoint? Yes, Sinura? So OS is done. Are you yet to do the Excel, or is it finished, or is it with the PowerPoint? Are you yet to do the PowerPoint? No, not really, Sarah. We need to finish up with the operating system. Otherwise, you will be like, okay, Sinura, Excel is done, right? Okay. So let's move to the operating system and let's finish that off and come to the PowerPoint and database parts, right? Okay, so we are here to do with the PowerPoint, and people get ready to have the second pickup session, right? So maybe, yeah, maybe it's on the next week, maybe on the week after, right? I'll let you know during the week, right? If I could get the things done by this week, I'm going to have the second pickup session, right, with the Excel questions as well, right? So if not, it's going to be definitely on the week after, right? How about the term test? Have you all got your term test timetable? Let me know the dates as well. All right, okay, Saren. So you didn't do the PowerPoint, just straight away went to the database. Okay, okay. So how about the term test status, people? 5, 6, and 7, 8. So it's on October. So Binadi, your one is in October.
So we won't have any term test.
Yeah, yeah. So Minal, you don't. Yeah. I got it. Right. Okay. December 1st to 11th, Sinura. That means like after the vacation. Okay. So like Nuhansi, your one is done. All right. Okay. 9th holidays. Okay. 24 September, ID is going to be Sanduni. So it's like just 4 days from here. So you have to survive yourself there, right? We'll see how to catch up these things. 5, 6, 7, 8, 3-hour papers. Right, okay. Right. Okay, so people just get ready. Yeah. So I'm going to do the things. So regardless of having the second term or not, you have to get ready for this. So it's going to be when? So it's not the 27th, but it's going to be on the 4th, right? I'll try to have it on the 27th. If we couldn't, we'll have it on the 4th, right? So get ready for it and go through the things, right? So we are going to start the operating system lesson by next week. So here we are like having just 4 minutes to end the session. So I'm not going to commence the lesson, but I need you to go through the stuff in the operating system. It is just a what you call a theory lesson, right? And rather little big lesson with lots of theory parts. I'll try to show you some presentations and some activities regarding that. So to make it less bored for you, right? Otherwise, most of the students find this as a very boring lesson, operating system, right? So it's just theory. It's like, let's see. I'll make
That
you some
means we
stuff
have
for
only
you.
to complete operating systems, PowerPoint, and database, right?
Yes, that's right. So after that, we must start the programming part as well as soon as possible in the O-level lessons as the second in grade 11th. Okay, so people just go through it. There are some simple stuff at the end, which is regarding an operating system, which you already know, right? But some theory parts are there at the beginning. So I'll try to make it interesting for you, right? I have some plans. Let's see whether we can figure it out or not, right? So let's meet on next week for the same time, right? So until then, I'm going to end the session by this point. So thank you very much, people. So we are starting the operating system on the next week, and please send your exercises, right? So I need to go through whether you have done it or not, right? So send me the exercises first, then get ready to the operating system lesson. Okay, people, have a nice weekend. Thank you very much. I'll meet you on next Sunday,
Thank you, sir.
right? Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, have a nice weekend.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Okay, people.
So the exercise, we should do it in the Excel, right?
Yes, you should. Vinod, what are you asking? So what you are going to do it on the Word? Do it on the Excel and send me the screenshots, right? Okay, right. Send it to me today itself, the previous week work, right? So you can have some more time to do the next week work, right?